It say we on.
It says we on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it here yet, but
It came up on my phone.
okay. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, I'll get in a minute, brother.
Actually, it's only 5 o'clock.
Yeah, good.
So it don't matter, so.
Yeah, good. Yeah. We out here week in and week out, right? Prophesy the downfall. We're true Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, the wicked 2/3 of our own people, right? The nations that were going to slavery. The mark of the beast is going to be pushed, right? The stock market's going to crash, or some type of cyber attack or whatever thing that Esau got going. So we come out here to prophesy, right? Because to prophesy is to say something before it happened, right? So the Lord's setting up the prophets, and we give all praises, right? We'll face the east, give all praises and all honor and all glory to
YAHAWAH, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakapadosh.
Right? So, share, brother, what up?
Anybody got a preview?
Yeah, because I was thinking about the thing.
Okay.
Uh,
I already got it. Right.
All right. Hold on, let me see. Because I want to go into that one for you, brother. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast, right? So ultimately, right? We're all going through something. So we all got to steadfast through whatever you're going through. Right? You got to steadfast to whatever you're going through. Steadfast means to hold on, right? Right? You don't let go, because what? We're trying to live. We're trying to strive for the kingdom that doesn't pass away, right?
Right.
An everlasting kingdom, a kingdom that can't be shaken, right? In fact, it says whom resist, right? So whomever resists, right? Starting with the men first, right? Dealing with the 144,000, the elect, the 1/3 of Israel to be saved, or willing, you endure, because that's what it says, steadfast in the faith, knowing the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So, brother, you're going through this, but every brother in the world, there's a brother that's in Australia, he goes through that. There's the brothers that's in England, the brothers in Holland, there's a brother, was in Nigeria, right? Nigeria, the brother, he go out and teach by himself. So imagine that. He got to go out there every day by himself, and he had to muster up the spirit to not faint, man. Can you get that? Not to faint. Right. Hold on, let me finish this real quick. Because that's what it is. We got to muster up the thing. So all things have been. So whom resisteth, stand fast in the faith, knowing the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But YAHAWAH, all grace, who have called us unto everlasting glory by Hamashiach Yahawashi. So hey, that is a huge thing. The Lord called you into this faith by his son. through Hamashiach Yahawashi. So you got to think, if you're in, that's a big thing, man. You know know how much the Lord loved His Son, right? For Him to call you by His Son, right? Because it wasn't an accident. Because it said it pleased the Lord to bruise Him. Why? For the elect's sake. It was the Lord wasn't looking at the 2/3 and it pleased Him to bruise Him. He was only looking at the elect. At the elect, and like, oh, that pleased me to bruise my own Son to bring you in, right? You mean? Go ahead.
This is Luke 18:1, and it reads, "And He spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray,
Right.
and not to faint."
Yeah, you ought to pray. If you're going through that situation, you ought to pray, man. Right? That's ultimately what it comes to. And Apostle Gabar always goes into prayer. He always speaks about prayer being you're groveling. You're basically, prayer goes into, like, you're begging. You're begging for mercy. You're groveling. Right? So prayer is not just, oh, I need a new fucking Lamborghini or whatever nonsense that in this world. You know, I want a new chick. You know what I mean? Or a new job, right? Even though sometimes, you know, you do need a new job and you might need a little help from the Lord for a job, but I mean, it's not. The Lord is for you to beg, man, for you to please, because the Lord is coming with wrath. The Lord is about to judge the planet, man, right? And so the Lord is not about games. So if He's in His anger, right? It says in what is it, Jeremiah chapter 17:4, He says his fire kindled what, forever, right?
For a very long time. Yeah.
Hey, so if the Lord's that angry, hey, you can't be playing a fucking game, man. This ain't that time, man. When that goes for myself, first and foremost, I'm speaking of myself, because I had to push myself through, because I'm like, I wanted to faint, but I had to say, no, man, it just ain't the time.
Well,
I had to push myself through.
We're all going through something, man.
Good.
That's the thing. We're all going through something.
That's why I read. All the brothers throughout the world are going through it, right? Go ahead.
Something real quick, brother? You got something?
We got some rain.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Okay.
I was gonna, but go ahead.
This is just what she said earlier. This is Hebrews 12:6, and it reads, "For whom the Lord loveth, He chastiseth,
Right.
and scourges every son whom He receiveth.
Right.
If ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth
Yeah, and
with
if you go into that word scourge, can you look up that word scourge?
I don't have a.
Oh, you know, can you look up the word scourge? Because when you go into that scourge, it goes into a correction, right? It means like a punishment, but the punishment is to correct you. Because even there's a scripture where the Lord said that, I think it's in Baruch, right? So I didn't put you through that to destroy you, right?
Second Maccabees 16.
Okay, yeah.
Goes into
Yeah,
that too.
that's actually
Right.
I'll get
It's
it.
in Baruch,
I'll get it.
yeah.
I'll get it.
I got the definition of scourge.
Yeah, you move the Most High to wrath, right? He didn't.
not for your destruction.
It wasn't for your destruction, man. So go ahead, chastity. Scourge. I mean, it's like
Definition for
Scourge.
scourge.
Yeah.
It says a whip used as an instrument of punishment.
Right.
It says an affliction or lash, a plague, torment,
Right. See.
and it's used for discipline.
Right. See, to lash you, and that's what we're all going through spiritually. You're going through spiritual lashings or even financial, but then that's why I did a lesson the other day when because I was going into the thing of being the natural Jews and the Gentile Jews, right? And though it says in Romans 3:31, it says the Lord saved by faith through the circumcision through by faith, and the uncircumcision through faith, right? So you got the uncircumcised, which people would think is natural heathens, but it's actually talking about the Israelites. But when you go and understand that the Lord said that He wants you to have the circumcision of the heart, but having the circumcision of the heart will cause you to have the circumcision of the flesh also. Why? Because you're keeping the laws. Because that's why you have to continue reading. Because it says we establish the law, which is our covenant. So even when you circumcise your heart, which is law of your mind, right? It will cause you to do the things, because even when you look up the definition of love, love is an action word. Love will have you do something. No one can tell you that they love you if they don't show forth action. I don't even need you to say you love me. I just need the action, and I will know you love me.
What did the Messiah say? Out of his own mouth. If you love me,
Keep my commandments, right?
No.
What?
Are you going to finish the rest of that?
Yeah. Cause I think I got a little bit more on this one too.
So it reads, verse 7, if ye endure chastening,
right?
the Most High dealeth with you as with sons.
Oh, see? If you deal, what is it called? If you deal with it, basically. If you put up with it, endure, right? That's the good best way. And you go through it, and you endure, the Lord will deal with you as a son, right? And a son, you have a son, you guess what you have? What? You have patience. Though you keep messing up or you do this, you do that, I have patience with you. But if you're just out there doing whatever, I'm just gonna, hey, the Lord said He'll spew you out His mouth. It's like, hey, get the freak out of here. You're being lukewarm. Get out of here.
What does the scripture say? He who endures until the end.
Yeah, he endured to the
If
end.
you endure that chastity,
Done.
and then just to finish it out, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Hey, yeah, see, you can't be a son. Because think about it. Esau, from the time of being Cain, when was he chastened? Never. Even to this very day, he hasn't chastened. He hasn't been chastened. That's why he has this lofty thought that he is God.
No, his punishment is coming.
Yeah, his punishment is coming.
No.
But see, but what I'm saying, that proves that he's not a son of God. The Lord never chastened Esau, right? The self-proclaimed so-called white man has never been chastened from the time that he lost his pigment back in the garden, right?
He goes into that in Job, the 21st chapter. It says that the houses are free from the hand of the Most High.
Right, there you go, yeah. See? So that means that they're not children. So being you're a child, look, we're going to go through
We're
it.
gonna go through it, yeah.
Right?
They never get disciplined.
You finished that?
I got that.
Yeah, I got another one too.
Okay, so let me finish this one. It says, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10, but Yahawah of all grace, who have called us unto His everlasting glory by Hamashiach Yahawashi, after that ye have suffered, suffered, right? After ye have suffered a while, right? So it ain't going to be forever, right? Even though the Lord said His anger is forever, it's not going to actually be forever. Forever is, in that sense, is just a period of time, which seems like forever. If you think of, what was it, Christopher Columbus, was it 1492 to now? Would you say that's forever? Yeah, but now this devil, he's about to go down, right? The Lord said you should rule but what, a short space. But to us, we're just mere men. That's it for like forever, right?
The only thing that's going to be forever, ever is the kingdom.
Right.
That's when you're going to get
and Esau, Obadiah 1 and 18.
After it,
Yeah, that's gonna be forever, ever too. Obadiah 1 and 18.
somebody else had a precept.
Okay, let me finish this. And ye have suffered a while, make you perfect. It's all to make you perfect, though. It says establish, strength, settle you, right? And settle goes into comfort, right? When you're settled, you're comfort. You're not comfortable, but you're comforted, right? It just gives you comfort, right? To let you know that hey, you can make it. Yeah, you're getting bumps and bruises. You ever see your son fall down, scrape his? Hey, son, that's all right. Dust it off. Keep on playing. You comforted him. It ain't that the thing didn't hurt. It hurt, but you comfort him, and he okay. Just keep on playing, and that's ultimately what the Lord's saying. Hey, you gonna be all right? Come on. Go back out there. Get back out here and prophesy. How the brothers speak to you, lift you up. Right?
Just like when you have a son, he's playing Pee-wee football or something, he gets hurt, get back out there.
Yeah.
You all right?
You all right? Yeah.
You know what's even stranger? It's like when he falls down, if you look away and he don't see you looking, he gonna get up and he never even know. It's that attention that you give them where they're like, oh God, You know what I mean? But other than that, a lot of times, man, if you look away, you'll still have an eye, you know, at the peripheral, but if they don't see you watching, man, they'll stand right back up and keep it pushing.
And that's the beauty of the Most High, because he knows each person intricately, individually. So he knows the one to come to when that happens, and he knows the one to kind of just let them kind of go through it. And that's the difference between the Most High. We don't know that as parents like that, like the Most High do. So the Lord might let you stew in it for a while, because he know that's what you need.
That's what you need.
Right?
Yeah.
I got one too.
Okay. All right. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of YAHAWAH HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." All right, so endure hardness as a good soldier. All right, because you're called into a certain mission, and that mission is to be the servants, the prophets, the believers of the Lord, and that comes with a lot. All right, but what happens after a soldier comes back from war? All right, he receives his medal, his retirement, his pension, and ultimately that's pretty much what the elect of the nation of Israel is going into, an eternal retirement. All right, from the woes, the sorrows of this life, rest. All right, yep.
And those medals, they're gonna be crowns.
The crowns, yep. A pension, everlasting riches, glory, honor. All the things that your heart desires.
Pleasures forevermore.
Pleasures forevermore. Right. Yep.
It's a lot. When I think about what you just said, that's another reason why the Most High is angry with this place. Because what does he say? A man of war that he's angry. The three things that make him mad. You know what I mean? And how do they treat the men of war in this place? Most of your homeless population are better. Right. They don't have nothing. They're not taken care of. They're not honored like, you know what I mean, men of war. They're treated with disgust and contempt. And that's another reason, just fuel to the fire, why this place has to go.
Right, because the Most High actually hates that.
Right, that's all. I can't remember Slovakia exactly where it's at, but I know, when he said it, it just brought me a remembrance of it. There are things that I hate, and it's a man. I can't remember, but I know it's something about a man of war who's not, basically treated correctly, and that's this place.
I got one real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory." And so we're waiting, man, for that rest. We're waiting, like the brother said, we're waiting to get them crowns, man. So to speak, like you said, those medals of honor, which is going to be them crowns. It says, "While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal." Right. So, but the things which are not seen are eternal, man. And that's right. That's why we fight every day, man. Even though we go through the afflictions, that are brought upon us, and we know who's bringing it upon us. We know who's doing it, Daddy.
And he's using his sword to do it.
Or circumstances. Because I'm going through different circumstances and different things. Even like I was telling the other brothers, I'm going through a financial circumstance, and I'm speaking to someone at work, and one of the prisoners, because I work at a prison, he overheard me, and he was just like, came to me later on, like down the week, whatever, was like, "Hey, I heard you had some financial issues. Me up, so help us out. I get you $10,000 a week." Right? And that's hellified temptation, because you're thinking, "Damn, that will make all your financial problems go away." Because that's
those would go away, but that would come with a whole new list of
right. Probably what's involved in that is probably a whole lot of wickedness.
Oh yeah, of course,
without a doubt,
of course. But that's
why he's there.
but within, say you did it
right,
and it's $10,000 a week. There's 4 weeks in a month. That's 40 racks. That's basically most people's their yearly salary in a month. So you got to think what these people are doing in the world, man. They're making your yearly salary in a month or a week or so. You mean? So these are things that take all your little so-called worries away as far as money, Even though money is a defense, but the Lord said, "Well, a gift destroys the heart."
Right.
Right?
If I may
Not
add,
only that, oh, stop, go ahead.
in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says that even when you increase wealth, then there's more problems and more mouths to feed come and pretty much eat that wealth up. I think it's like Ecclesiastes 2. So I can find it, but it goes pretty much the more money that you make, the more responsibility is going to be put on you anyway. So you never really, especially if you're of the elect, the Lord will never really let you be satisfied in this society, even no matter how much money you make.
Yeah, because the Lord's going to set. Because what I'm realizing in this situation is the Lord setting us up to prepare us to be pilgrims. See, because when this thing happened to me, I had to move from my place because the dude just came up there with a 10-day notice. Got 10 for you to get out. And in that moment, I was kind of shocked. But then at the time, I just spoke to the elder, Karakazai, and then he was like, "Hey, brother, that just means the Lord wants you up out of there." They were firm. They didn't want to budge. He said that means the Lord already made up his mind, right? It's time for you to go. So, and I had to think about it. I said, "Oh, okay." And I had to settle on myself as I meditated. And I was like, okay, yeah, the Lord, I know what this is. The Lord's preparing us to be pilgrims, man.
Yeah,
at any moment, you might have to just get up and bust a move.
Right.
And we're coming in there to that time, especially with all the things that's happening already in 2024.
Right.
Where you got the apparitions, you got the people shooting each other, a goddamn homosexual going up and shooting up a school or whatever it was. I mean,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
who knew about homosexual tough guys? I didn't know that existed.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a homosexual going on a crazy rampage,
Right.
shooting up children.
Yeah,
Right,
like you said, I was
right.
thinking that at any time, all hell can break loose, man.
Right.
We could turn the corner, all of a sudden everything shut down. You see soldiers, coming down the streets. Hey, we may not be close to home, man.
Right.
You have to go from where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Get moving.
Get moving.
I got a precept on that actually.
Bring it up.
All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 23. It says, I'm gonna start at 22. It says, "Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?" All right, because a lot of people, they say, "Oh, this is a far off. This ain't gonna happen no time soon." They think that this is, something that's gonna happen. This is 20 years, 50 years. People think they say they planning for what their grandchildren gonna do, and you in your 20s. You talking about your this place ain't gonna last that long, man. All right, Lord's will. It says, verse 23. "Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will make this proverb to cease." All right, that these things are far away, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and it shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord YAHAWAH. So he's saying, no more is the vision going to be prolonged in your days. All right, and today, this is the time where the children of Israel are pretty much woken up. All right, so in your days are these visions going to come to pass. So it's going to happen in our lifetime.
Right.
All right,
It's going to happen in our lifetime.
It's going to happen in our lifetime. This is not something that, even if it was 10 years away, that's still not really that much time in the grand scheme of things. We don't think it is, according to these prophecies. We can see different things coming to play, the evils coming upon the earth, but even then, the scriptures say, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord." Even if it was 10 years away, that don't mean you got 10 years. The Lord could require your life, tomorrow, today. You never know. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
This is Matthew 24, and I'll start at 16, just based on what you were saying. It reads, "Let them which are be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes." So, basically like the brother was saying, at some point we all are under the understanding, if you have been taught the 100% truth, that we're going to have to, we're going to have to be as pilgrims. When they switch on and have this MOTB set up, you're not going to be able to pay your rent. You're not gonna be able to buy the food.
Well,
from the
the
grocery
inflation,
store.
right?
Yeah.
When hyperinflation hit, well, we're already in inflation.
Yeah,
but
we're
when
already
when
there.
hyperinflation hits, which that'll be a good reason to bring in the MOTP. Hyperinflation hits. Guess what? Like they always do. Like you said, they throw the bomb, right?
Yeah.
the grenade. They throw the
Hide the
grenade,
hand.
hide the hand, and they're gonna say, "Hey, look, we can fix this."
Right.
Kind of like what they did with the CV-19. First, it was a novel virus. Novel meaning something you've never seen before. In less than a year, you have a solution, right? But that's what the elders always taught us. What? Reaction, problem, and then what? Solution.
Order out of chaos.
Order out of chaos. That's what the elites are about, right? Your so-called friendly neighborhood Edomite, right? The so-called white man that you jakes, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians love, man. But they're gonna show you that they don't love you, right? They're gonna come with that what you call draconian measures, man.
They're gonna remind you how you got here.
Right. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, right, which means feast your eyes, look, and pay attention. Behold means to look, man. I only seen the definition once or twice, but sometimes when I look up behold, I can't find it. But normally, what the one I seen, it says to feast your eyes upon, right? So behold means to just feast your eyes upon, just, you know what I mean? So this is something that's important. So anytime you hear the word behold, the Lord is saying this is important, man. Don't miss any details, right? Pay attention to everything, right? To the plagues draw nigh, right? So we already know through the CV-19 that was one of the things. But then they had the Zika virus. They had the thing where was the Zika making the little baby's head small, right? You right? You got kids. You see the one who the kid was born and his whole face looked like foreskin. And the Lord is plaguing these children, man. The Lord is plaguing the world, man. That's why there's famine and death and pestilence everywhere, man. Why? Because it's time for you to repent. But if you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians don't want to repent, the Lord's going to bring his sword. He's going to bring the so-called white man down upon you to bring you what? Famine, right? Some people like to eat, but the famine, hey, you know, hey, the famine, hey, what's...
And that's why you know these people are going to rush out and get that thing, man, because Americans are
Right.
not known for their temperance.
Right.
The ability to put the spoon down.
Yeah,
you know?
the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, man. Right? They're gonna not slack. As hold on, let me. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains could pass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, right? So that's what it is, like childbirth, man. Like I said, I was doing a thing. I was privy to be there when my granddaughter was born, and my daughter was at my house, and she was like, "Dad, I think she said, but I don't want to go because I went last time and they just kicked me out. They said I wasn't ready." And then she just kept on. And we was like, "Nah, you look like, let's go ahead and go." And when we went, by the time we left the house, till we got there, it was basically time for the baby to come out, man. It didn't slack a moment, man. Right? So that's the things, man. But
Okay. I just want to kind of speak on what he was saying about how Americans are not used to having to deny themselves in anything. All right. It speaks of this in Revelation, the 18th chapter, verse 7. It says, this is speaking of the daughter of Babylon, which is America, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. All right. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, am in no widow, and shall see no sorrow. All right, so Americans, they don't believe that anything's going to happen, but more so the part I want to get is how she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, because that's pretty much what people in American society, especially, Esau, Edom, all right, not the Jakes, but the Edomites, they live deliciously. So when all hell breaks loose, they're going to really lose their mind, because they're not used to not having everything they want readily, disposable, or you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but Jake's do too. Jake is rich too. Yeah, you may not be rich in your as far as wealth, but you're rich in your luster. Your luster for this life. Well, because what did the Lord say about the things the Lord hates? The proud look, a lying tongue. Can you get that from me? Yeah, because that's ultimately what Jake. That's his riches. Because that's the reason why the Lord said that it'll be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. So when you actually go into the customs of Middle Eastern customs, which people forget, you got a Middle Eastern God, right? So when you say that a woman's your property and a woman's supposed to cover herself, they're all appalled at you when you know that this God is a Middle Eastern God. You know what I mean? So this is a Middle Eastern God, so this is a Middle Eastern custom. So it was a smaller door. You had to get the camel to kind of kneel down and crawl through it, and it's tough to get a stubborn animal through the door. So it's the same thing with you Jakes, man. You're very stubborn, and we're trying to get you through the door, right? Which is YAHAWAH. YAHAWAH is the door. We're trying to bring you to the door and get you through the door, but you're so stubborn. You don't want to, because like the brother broke it down. You know how when the camels for traveling. So when you travel,
literally bend all the
but not just that, you have to take off all the equipment. You know, the saddle and shit that they hung on. But see, Jake's thing is his sin, his lust, his my sister used to date this one dude who was a drug dealer. He lived in the hood. He was a gangbanger, and his whole thing was, I'm a hood star. Like, because he was known in the neighborhood.
Hood rich.
Yeah, he was like hood rich. He was like a hood star. So everywhere he went in the hood, people knew him. I mean, you think he wants to give that up?
Big fish and little pond.
Right, yeah.
He step outside his own waters, though. He realized.
Yeah, but he don't want to step outside of that because he's fake. Like in his thing, he's famous. He's rich. He got his money. Everybody know him. When he ride down the street, even the little kids be like, hey. So his whole thing is he feels that glory. So you don't want to give that up. Right.
Actually, that's it. You quoted Proverbs 6, but I got 1 John 2, and that goes into that private life and all that stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
Slowly get the point. That's what it is, man. Because Jake need to get the point. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole thing with Jake, man. You think you could just continue in this thing forever and then complain about the so-called white man, but you continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, which we've already been saying that it means you're insane. So you Jakes are insane to keep thinking somehow one day you're gonna wake up and the little white man just gonna all of a sudden love you and treat you like how he treat his own people. When his own people are dealing with these methamphetamine drugs and all this other stuff, you know what they said? No, we're not gonna give them drug time. We're gonna give them rehab. We're gonna give them this and that. We're gonna give them love, right? You had a little piece of a freaking piece of crack. Yep, 25 years. So when are you gonna realize this man don't love you?
Right. Unrighteous laws and decrees, but I got those precepts. I got two, if I may. This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Right. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Right. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of YAHAWAH abideth forever. Right. So you know what he was going into, man. How a lot of people they can't walk away from all these things they have in the world because they got their eyes stuck on that. They can't see the vision that this world is going to pass away, and the lust thereof. So all the things you desire, all the things you have in this world, none of that stuff is going to save you. All that's going to pass away. And if I want to bring out this one more precept,
if I might say, because they don't have that rulership mentality. People, their cares are upon the things of this world. Right. They're not thinking upon what's that scripture? Without vision, the people perish.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because that reminds me of the song that Ice Cube had. It's called Jack in the Box. And he was saying they walk around with this big head like Jack in the Box. And then in the song he says they live for now. They live for the moment. Right. They're not thinking about the future or how this moment is going to affect their future. It's just everything is the here and now, and nothing else matters.
You know, they made a covenant with death, and they trusted in their oppression. Because people, like you said, they don't have a rulership mentality. Because if you did, you wouldn't be so focused on chasing a piece of paper with your enemy's face on it. But they trust in oppression. They made a covenant with hell and with death. I think that's in Isaiah 20th chapter. But I want to bring this one verse out too. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 32, and it reads, "For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them." So they, like the guy here he described, he may have prosperity in a sense of social status. You know, he's popular in the neighborhood. Maybe he's got dope money, whatever it is. But that's gonna, at the end, that's gonna end up destroying him. The prosperity of fools, and a fool, you know, is one who rejects the knowledge of the Lord. All right, that's gonna be your downfall, man. Prosperity of fools shall destroy them. All right, because once again, all those things that you desire, all those things that you have that you think, oh, I made it now, because you got a lot of pieces of paper with a white man's face on it. Oh, that's gonna pass away, and you're gonna pass away with it. See, when the Lord dissolves this place, and all your hopes and dreams, you know, is in this place, then you're gonna dissolve too.
Into this verse, you know, the biggest thing with that you said that Yahawah is that door. But what does Jake hate to do? The one thing the camel has to do when he passes through there is prostrate himself. He's got to bow down. Jake don't want to bow down. You know, he's proud, he's arrogant, he's ornery now. And this is the requirement. But this is Matthew 19 and 20. I'll start at 23 and it reads, "Then said Yahawah unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High." And that's another reason why I hate this Salakia. This English language, as a child growing up, I always thought that eye of a needle was a
little eye of a needle.
Yeah, you know. And then I you know, as you get understanding when you get older. But yeah, that camel has to prostrate. He got to bow down, get on them knees, and literally crawl through that little walkway.
Little opening, yeah.
And Jake ain't fixing to do that. He's too proud. You know, my Jesus got me. Okay, idiot. Good luck with that.
I got one. If anything.
Oh yeah, I got one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4. It says, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death." See, so when these riches in that day, when the Lord comes to bring that destruction, no matter how much money you got, it ain't gonna save you. You can't take nothing with you. It's our righteousness, which I mean. The scripture says what our righteousness is as filthy rags, okay? But it also says what their righteousness is of me, man. So we know, by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, okay, and not worrying, too much about the things of this world, that the Lord got us, man. See, the Lord got us in the end. If we be in that number, we don't know. We don't know if we're of that number.
Yeah, because this is like you were saying, this is Jake's thing, because they don't want to bow down, and they don't want to do it. It says Exodus chapter 2 verse 14 says, and he said, "Who made thee a prince and a judge over us?" Right, speaking of Moses, right? Because Moses said, "Hey, look," he told the one who did the wrong, right? "Hey, brother, you're doing wrong." So is it not right? That's what the law says, actually. When you go into the law, right? Can you get that in the law? I think it's
Say 19. How's it going?
19. When it says rebuke that brother.
Oh, Leviticus 19 and 17.
19, yeah.
I got a quick one too.
Okay. Yeah. So it says. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him."
And not suffer sin upon him. So was that Was that not Moses keeping the law? Right there? And that was before the law was given, right? At least on tablets, right? So he was actually keeping the law, which proves that when the Lord said that he was the most meek man of all the world, that was meekness.
Right.
He knew to say, hey, brother, you did the wrong. You're wrong. Y'all brothers, we in the land of our captivity. Why are y'all fighting? And that's the same thing what we're telling Jake, man. Why be over here? Go ahead. Why be out here gangbanging and drug dealing? You're in the land of your captivity. Why would you fight yourself when your enemy on a day-to-day basis?
He's already trying to
But it says that they can't even sleep unless they cause someone to fall. So all these things are plots and pits that they set up for you, man.
He saw them put Jake on autopilot.
Now Jake is on autopilot, right?
Killing his own damn self.
Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 20. Them that sin rebuke before all,
Right.
that others also may fear.
Yeah, see, you're supposed to sit there. And where was Moses rebuking them at? In the public. He was out there in the public and he rebuked them, right? And it says, and he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Little did they know, he was the prince, right? Because Moses was technically the first king of Israel, right? Because he said, you should be a god unto Pharaoh, right? And Aaron is your prophet. So hey, Moses is high up there. Hey, that's why he told him, hey, to you, Moses, I speak face to face, but to you, I may speak to you in a dream or in a vision. Yeah, hey, but Moses, that's my guy.
And you saw what happened. You saw what happened to the dudes that tried to go against him, Korah.
Right.
And them, they got the Lord open the ground on them.
That's the Lord's guy. So this guy, who are you? Are you a prince and a judge to be like what? But that's Jake's mentality, man. You so-called black, Hispanic, and Indians. See, because we look like you, it's like, who are you to say something against us? Well, the Most High gave us this, man.
Yeah.
Right? He gave us this position, man.
That's the heritage of the saints.
Right?
Yeah.
So it says, Salakia. And it says, over us, intended thus to kill me, has thus killed the Egyptian. And Moses feared and said, surely this is known, right? Because he killed the Egyptian for his brother, man. Right? He thought the brother would look at that like, yeah, that's right, man. Fuck that. This Egyptian can't be out here just beating us. So we went over there and just bop, bop, bop. I mean, Jake don't know his own strength. Hey, Jake don't know his own strength, you bop, bop, bop. Yeah, he didn't know his own strength, man. That's what that's how my dad went to prison, man. He went in there and seen this lady committing adultery, and he just blacked out. Bop, 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 bop. Killed the motherfuckers.
Jealousy
Right?
is the rage of a man.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, that's just what it is, man.
So Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. All right, so that's also not only is the Lord set up certain men to do that. That's commandment. All right, that's commandment. You gotta when you see a brother, going off, you gotta rebuke him, man. That's the Lord don't take that lightly, because if you don't, then his blood is on your hands. All right,
And you're being wicked.
You're being wicked, right? But it's James 5 and 20. Let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins. All right, so you're literally, not only are you being wicked by not saying anything, but when you do, and you follow the commandments of the Lord, and you actually bear fruit and convert, it's the Lord that bears the fruit. But if you're used as that vessel, you hide a multitude of your own sins when you convert a sinner from his wickedness.
Right.
Yep.
And that's how you can tell just how far Jake has fallen, because when you rebuke Jake, what do they say? You hating on him.
Right.
But it's actually the very opposite.
Right.
If you don't rebuke Jake, you actually hating them. You know what I mean?
Right,
But Jake
right.
don't get it. Jake want to be able to do, and it goes back to what they said in the beginning. don't tell us the truth. Tell us smooth things.
Right.
Tell us
dirty.
lies.
The thing is, when you do rebuke and you do give warning, that's actually love.
Yeah.
But they take it the other way.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They take the love as hate, and they want you to actually hate them and not tell them what they doing is out of pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the
This is
ultimate love, man. That's the ultimate.
So Daniel chapter 12, verse 3, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever, right? And that's ultimately what we're looking for, man. We're looking to be shining stars forever and ever, man. The elect, man, right? The 144,000, man, because we turn what? Many to righteousness, man. That's ultimately what it's all about, turning many to righteousness, man, and not just letting you wallow in your sins, man.
What was that? That was Daniel chapter 12?
12 and 3, yeah. But yeah, I want to finish that second Esdras because I was already on it. Let me finish that second Esdras because it actually, when you go into that, keep going a little bit more, it actually goes into that whole thing. Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, right? So we're coming to that time that the world is mourning, right? Like we were talking about that, the apparitions that they seen over in Miami. We're talking about the earthquakes that was in Japan. We're talking about the earthquake that was in California. We're talking about what is it? They said tsunamis, right? Tsunami. It could possibly be tsunamis sooner or later, or it might be the big earthquake that knocked half of California into the ocean. Who knows?
San Andreas Fault.
San Andreas Fault. So something. Hey, the Lord is gonna be. Hey, it's gonna be dangerous. What it says, perilous times shall come, man. So this perilous goes into what? Dangerous, man. It's going to be a dangerous time in these last days, man. So you're going to need YAHAWAH Shem Yahushai. You should want someone to turn you to righteousness, man. Right? So it says, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every, here we go, on every side. You know what I'm saying? Right? You can't make this up. And my people, right? And that's ultimately what we're here for. We're here for the Lord's people. Well, technically the elect, but the elect are the Israelites, right? They can't be of another nation. It has to be only of the Israelites, right? So, oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, right? Because what's going to be happening, man? The Lord said, was it tumults, right? Tumults goes into battles, right? Right? So it's going to be tumults, separations. People going to go into their own people.
Uprisings, yeah.
Uprisings, but people going to have to cleave to their own nationality. So it's these race and nationality is going to be very important in these last days, man. You're going to have to cleave to your own people. It says that they should go to their own kind. Their own kind, right?
Isaiah 13.
Yeah, Isaiah 13. It's in another one too, but yeah, Isaiah 13 is the first one to come to mind. But yeah.
Matter of fact, second Ezra 13 and 31.
Right, go ahead.
And it reads, and one shall undertake to fight against another.
Right.
One city
Race
against
wars.
another.
Right.
One place against another.
Right.
One people against another.
Right, yeah.
And one realm against another.
Kingdoms, right? Realm goes into kingdoms. So you're gonna have America against Russia, Israel against Iran, and it's all going to be a beautiful thing the Lord's cooking up. The Lord's cooking that all up just for you. Save the elect, man.
And
How about that?
realm also goes into the spiritual world.
Oh,
against
coming
the
to
earthly
the
world.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's when the ass whooping really gets going.
Right.
You know, it's gonna be some ass whooping happening.
Because it says that they shall fight against Daniel and his angels, right?
Yeah. Michael and his angels.
Michael and his angels. Daniel. Yeah, Michael and his angels. That's in Revelations, right?
The 12th chapter.
Yeah. You get that out. Because that's the thing that's happening, man. So it says, what was that? Oh, And sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make ye ready to thy battle, right? And that's going to be a spiritual battle too, right? Because that's ultimately what for us, for the elect, or the hopeful elect, Shalakia. Hey, that battle is going to be spiritual. And the first place Satan attacks you is in your mind. Apostle Rakah always say that. The devil, he'll come up with fucking weird shit in your head. Out of nowhere. You be thinking about, why do that dog looks like that? Why do dogs lick each other's butt? Like, why do you give them, like, it's just, you just think of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was even said that the devil will try to convince you, oh, well, it's a lot of faggot stuff going on. Well, maybe it ain't all that bad, or you know what I mean? He'll try to put maybe it's something. You know what I mean? Try to put something in your mind that's contrary, no matter what it is. It'd be something stupid, but it's something to put you contrary to the thing, and you gotta always constantly cast down these thoughts.
That's
right?
the reason why what it say it's not what goes into a man, but what comes out.
Right.
So you act on these thoughts. There's the abomination.
And look what happened to them Boston guys.
Can you get that captain down the thought?
Those Boston guys, they are a living example of that. In Boston, they bugged out. You know what I'm talking about? They're talking about all nations to be
mercy was
saved.
given not to Judah, but to the sons.
All nations. Oh, but this is the point that I'm really trying to get into. It says, and in those evils, in those evils be even as pilgrims. So this is the time that the point what I was trying to make earlier was what? It's going to be time for us to have to be pilgrims, man. So at any time the Lord may do something, and you just going to have to bust a move. You're going to have to know just to go. You're going to have to be with the Spirit, man. When the Lord, that's part of the battle in your mind, right? Make thee ready to thy battle. And most of that's going to be in your mind. You're going to have to know, because you got to think of what happened to Abraham. When Abraham was told, go into a country, and the Lord told him, just go east, and I'll tell you when you get there. You know how much faith you would have to have? He just telling them, just walk. Like, just go that way, and I'll tell you when you get there. That's faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was in that movie, The Book of Eli, too. He was blind. He told him, he said, just walk west. Or in the Book of Eli, and then
Right.
He got to Alcatraz, and the Holy Spirit came on him to where he could recite the whole Bible.
Yeah.
He recited the whole Bible. I got to push that.
Let me keep going. Because we're going into that time where you're going to have to give up the worldly riches. It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. So if you're making money, you're selling your goods and stuff in Babylon, you're going to have to be as one that have to flee away. And you got to think that's what they did when they see them apparitions. You know, that dude's over there selling his hot dogs or whatever. He seen them goddamn apparitions. Hey, they was out of there, man. They were running. They weren't worried about, oh, my donut shop or my hot dog stand. No, they were up and out of there, man. They weren't worried about them. Hey, in that moment, money didn't matter. All the BS that they hold high and lofty in the world, when the apparition showed up, all that shit went out the window, man. Right? So it says, and he that buyeth as one that look, hey, there you go. Because at that time, when the time of the apparitions, you pay for your what do they call them? Items, so you can resell it, you know, right? So the Lord said, even though you buy, you went and bought your hot dogs or whatever you sell, you know, you sell your little trinkets or whatever. You bought the material so you could sell it, so you can make your money. But in the time that those apparitions showed up, in the time the guns started shooting, people, all that you trying to make money went out the window, man. All that was over with. And that's what the Lord said. He that buyeth as one that loseth, he that occupieth merchandise as he that haveth no profit buyeth. Right? And that's going to be the time that we're going to be living in. You don't have no profit in America, right? This is not your rest. This will pollute you.
I've been
right?
reading this precept, so once you're done, I want to bring it to now. It came back full circle.
Hey, that's the Most High.
It
Yeah, good. It says, it said, well, he that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. And so this is the time that we're coming in, man. You see Esau's building these buildings and these certain what they do, condos and all these different things, but none of that's gonna matter, man. None of that's gonna matter in a short time, man. Because may this be the year, like Paul said, that all prophecy come to pass, man.
You know that Jacob's trouble.
The year of Jacob's trouble, man.
Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, the year all prophecies come to pass, the year of Jacob's trouble, man. Right? Because that's what the Lord, that's what he appointed last year. Right? But hey, some more prophecies still have to come to pass. Yeah, but hey, we got to have Jacob's trouble though. So that's beautiful. So that's
yeah. So like I was holding this one earlier for something, but it came back around. This is Ezekiel 7:19, and I'm going to read it from the NLT, and it reads, "They will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash.
Woo!
Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of Yahawah's anger.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up." So, yes, your money is getting ready to become worthless. Everything that you hold near and dear is going to be of little value. And when these troops come over here, you're not going to be able to buy favor with them with none of that. They're going to kick your door in, they're going to stomp your head through, and they're going to keep it pushing. You're either going to get in line, because you're not going to have the protection that comes with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah's name. You're going to be out there like a sheep without a shepherd. That's you Israelites. The rest of you nations, you got no shepherd. So it really doesn't make a difference what happens to y'all, man.
Yeah, kind. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, man. And that's the time that we're coming in. We're going to come in the time of the day of wrath, man. Oh, you have that too, huh?
Yeah,
No, that's the spirit. Hey, riches profit not in the day of wrath. Hey, the Lord wants to bring it back out. Yeah. Because that's the time we're living in, man.
Yeah.
Because people want to be rich. Hey, but that ain't going to mean nothing when the stock market crash and all the race wars pop off, man. Right? When Esau shows horns, when he know that he come down with great wrath, knowing that he got but a short time. He's going to show his horns, man. He's going to get into draconian laws in order to push the Karagma, man. I mean, he showed you that during the CV-19. You couldn't go into certain stores unless you had the Yah, man. Unless you had the snake venom, man. Unless you got bitten by the snake, by the serpent, right? Which that serpent, which that serpent, even when you're doing the medical field, what do they have around the thing? Yeah, they have that serpent around the medical field, which really goes into that letting you know that they're witches, man.
Which is
that
weird.
Witches, that's poison that they're giving you.
Right, and the fact that none of these dumbasses know John 3:14 or John 3:50, you know, they all know as Moses lifted that serpent, because that's where they get that from. You know what I mean? And it's like it's a medical thing, but yeah, like the brother said, that's just poison. You know?
Right. On the left hand side, on them. See, on the right hand side, it was for healing for us. But even then, the Lord told Moses to break it down and melt it, because he didn't want it to be an idol.
And what did these devils do? They turn it into an idol.
Right. And that's what I said. That's why it's on the left hand side, and they show you who they really are with that. Because what? All they ever do is give you poison. You need Tylenol 3s or whatever the Tylenol is good for you for your head or whatever you need, but then it attacks your kidneys. Come on, man. So how do you take a medicine that's supposed to help you here, but then it kills you on another aspect?
Well, like you said, that key word was kill. But what has this man ever created that kills people?
No.
It only masks whatever you have, and then you have to take something else to cover up the damage for that, and something else to cover up the damage for that, and it goes on. And I can say that from all actuality, because I remember looking at the pharmacy on my mother's table coming up as a child. This for that, but then she had to take this to offset that, and then that had to be taken to offset that.
Right.
And all they kept doing was giving her different poisons. Then she had to take another poison to offset from the poison to that poison. And it's crazy. This man is not for your benefit. As the scripture says, even the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. So when you think he's doing something righteous for you, He's not. But I was just a quick. My girl and I were talking. I brought up with her that chariot that was seen like about 3 years ago. That giant that was 3 times the size of the earth. And if anybody paid attention, right after that thing came into it manifested itself. That's when all of this shit started to kick off. That's when that 19 all of a sudden, because this man started understanding. He has but a short while, you know, and that we already know that chariot is there, man. You remember the chariot that they showed a couple of
Yeah. No,
it was 3 times the size of the earth.
It was on the Double 7.
Right. And they cut the feed like like bugs, like man, you know.
No, Double 7.
Double 7. It was a Nassau feed. Yeah, it was probably was on the live TV because Nassau used to feed that shit. Like there's a station you could watch.
But that's how the brothers got it through Double 7.
Yeah.
And he was pushing it out and showing that there was a chariot bigger than the earth. And then he showed another one where it flew over the sun, and it actually literally hovered over the sun without burning up. So what was it doing?
And
Even they were saying that they think it was refueling.
Yeah.
So that proves that hey, you don't got nothing on the Most High. Who can hover right by the sun? We get torched just standing right here on Earth, and we're supposed to be so-called 3 planets away from the sun. And you get
everything.
Yeah, you got the Van Allen belt and everything, and you can still get skin cancer from the sun. So you imagine a chariot can just pull right up over there, just hover over the sun and get energized? Hey man, the Most High is bad, man. Hey,
right after that is when everything, this devil accelerated all his moves.
Go ahead. Let me finish that. It says, it says Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, right? So when you're righteous, that's what we're here to do, man. We're trying to get delivered from death, man. But the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. And that's ultimately what America's going to go through, man. There's been continuous wickedness here, and you Jakes follow behind Esau, and so you're gonna fall in the same wickedness as this place, man. Everybody want to be Gotti, right? You got corrupt young Gotti, you got Gotti, you got what's the other dude? There's so many so-called Gottis out there, man. So you want to be the so-called white man, you want to be a gangster. And the Lord's going to give you the death of these people, man.
He's going to the wicked,
right? He's going to give you the same death as these people. Proverbs. Oh, 5, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing that's coming. So. The things with the apparitions. Matter of fact, let's speak about that because the Lord is going to start showing things, man. He's going to start showing these apparitions. Let me see. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. Yeah. I'm just gonna come right here because this is what it says. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 14, and they're sleeping the same sleep that night, which were indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, right? And hell meaning what? It's basically a condition, man. Torment, bad time, right? Hell goes into the grave, but when it's saying you're having a hellish time. Most people know that you're having a bad time.
Hellish condition, yeah.
Your hellish conditions. You're going through a bad time. Hell really goes back to the grave. What do they call it? Is it Gehenna? No, not Gehenna. Gehenna is the pit that burned. But then it's
I believe you're correct.
Sheol, right?
Sheol is the grave.
Sheol is the grave.
Right.
But Gehenna is the pit that they burn things in, which basically America kind of gonna be that, because America's filled with garbage, right? America, the people are garbage, the morals are garbage, and then not to mention they just actually have a lot of fucking garbage here because people are consumers. It's all sorts of plastics and things that don't need to be in the atmosphere, right?
And the water. And you got
The plastic water, yeah.
You said how many islands besides the Texas of plastic?
You said Gehenna meant a place that's going to be burned.
A burning trash. That's what it is.
Well, this place is a big furnace. It's going to be set on fire.
But Gehenna was a place
Well,
just
in
outside
Israel,
of
in
Jerusalem
Jerusalem,
where
they
we
burned
took the garbage,
trash,
the trash,
burned it.
and every other thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay, like one of them.
And it always
Trash
was
pit,
lit.
burn
Trash
it.
pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pit,
but it was
pit.
always lit.
It was always
You know
lit,
what I mean?
always stayed
That's
burning.
why, yeah.
Yeah, and that's this place. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what they would do back in the ancient time. They would take your trash. and put
Which-
it in that
Not
pit.
like now
Which-
when they bury it in the ground.
Right,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
which is stupid because Arizona used to have that law where you could burn trash, and then they hold so-called environmental whatever, but it will actually be healthier for you if you burnt it than put it in the ground where it does not decompose. It takes a lot
This
longer
never
to
decomposes.
decompose. Right.
This never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you would have burned it, it just would have been.
But they can't even if you burn it, it turns into just a ball of shit that they can't destroy it.
That's
Plastic
right.
can't be destroyed. That's why
Right.
they require that.
You're the fire.
That fire of all fire.
Trash back then was probably organic too.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They didn't. They
They
probably
had
wouldn't.
plastic. They had pottery and glass. I don't know if they had glass. They probably did have glass back then. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I ain't
some
gonna
type,
say
yeah,
yes or
some
no,
type,
but
right.
yeah. The vessels that they
Can you
use,
give me Psalms 127 and 2?
sheep's belly.
Give me Proverbs 3 and 24,
Said 127.
and then give me Psalms 8 and 4.
Said Psalms 127.
No. Yes, Psalms 127, verse 2. Look at this one.
Proverbs 3:24, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 3:24. Yeah. Got it. Because it said.
Psalms
Because
127.
the point I'm making is because the Lord made these Egyptian well, at the time, ancient Egyptian, they were going through different things. You know, they would say apparitions, but there's a time that it's going to happen again, right? The Lord was allowing the Greeks and things like that at that time to see certain different things and chariots and stuff was shooting them with laser beams and things like that.
That's crazy because Apostle Kabar was saying, remember that scene in Ghostbusters?
Right.
With all those, when all those ghosts and spirits flying everywhere? It's probably going to be like that.
Right.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, because what is it? Because in hold on real quick. Second Ezra chapter 15. It says 15 and 10 says the second Ezra chapter 15 verse 10. Behold, my people are led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And we know that that land of Egypt is spiritual Egypt, which is America, right? And this is how you're going to know that this is talking about America. It's not talking about ancient Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. So that's how you know that it's talking about this modern day Egypt, which is America, the spiritual Sodom in Egypt, right? which is America, right? With plagues as before, and I will destroy the land. I will destroy all the land thereof, right? Because America is going to be coming to what? A total wasteland, a desert, right? And then
fire.
And then when you go, because you got to think of what happened in Egypt. They said that they had there was like a thickness in the air that they could even touch, right? So they had all these different apparitions and things that the air was thick that they can touch it.
So dark.
So dark.
So dark, yeah.
Right? That thick darkness. So it says.
Imagine that. Like we've seen darkness, but the darkness to the point where
Can't see right.
you
can't
can't
even
see
see your hand.
even with light. You know what I mean? You can't see dead in front of you.
Yep.
And then you're hearing things in the darkness. But hey, they don't call him the king of terrors for no reason.
Right. It says Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17 verse 14, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which were indeed intolerable, right? Which means fearful. It was scary. The thing that was happening was scary. And which came up with them out of the bottom of what is it inevitable hell, inevitable hell, where we're partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, right? Dealing with these, and from what I know, monstrous means, like most people, monstrous, they speak of monstrous as it being big, like huge. And what they was talking about, there was what, 10 foot, between 8 foot and 10 foot apparitions, spirits or something that was out there in Miami, right? Different shadows. So monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted their heart, and failing them for a sudden fear, and not looking for the coming upon them, right? So they were looking, and they were looking at these apparitions like, oh, kind of like what happened over there. They were looking like these things are gonna come get us, man. They're gonna come at us. People were running. The dude who was doing, he said he seen old people, fat people running. They were moving, and they were afraid.
And they could see what was coming at them. In
Right.
Egypt, you just could hear something that sounded like terrible, and you could hear it getting closer, but you couldn't see shit. Which enhances fear, because you see it, you can know where to go. But if it's all around you, you can't see. I can't even see where to run.
Yeah, but the point I was making is it terrified them, that because that's what's going to happen now when all these things, when the plagues come and slack not, people, it's going to be hard for you to sleep when people are dropping dead back to back to back. When you gotta move and be a pilgrim upon earth, you're not going to sleep, because you're going to look at all these dangers. Perilous times shall come upon the earth. There's going to be so many dangers. You ain't going to be able to sleep, and then you're going to go into like that sleep deprivation or whatever it is. You're going to be trying to stay up, trying to save your life, and then here, this is why I wanted to get this, because what?
Yeah, because it said it was an inevitable hell, right? So they couldn't avoid it.
Right.
You couldn't avoid it, man.
Yeah, inevitable hell. Yeah, you can't avoid it, and that's the thing that's going to come upon this earth. You ain't going to be able to avoid, because it said it should be pains on all sides. You're gonna feel sorrows and pains and plagues on all sides, man.
Right.
What?
So this is Psalms 127:2, and it reads, "It is vain for you to rise up early."
Right, because that's what you're gonna be doing. It's gonna be all hell's gonna break loose. The stock market's gonna crash. There's gonna be people fighting out here, and then you're gonna be looking up early. Cause let me see if I can run by. You know what I mean? Wake up early so you can kind of sneak out. Hopefully nobody grab you up or something, or do anything to you. So you're gonna rise up early, trying to sneak around, but
It's gonna be a gang of folks already.
yeah, it's gonna be somebody. Yeah, you look
To sit up late.
or you're gonna sit up late. Hey, it's gonna be scary. When it's gonna be dark and you see apparitions and it's so dark and so thick you can touch it. right? Can you get that one from the one from Egypt? The one that it was so thick, it was like they could touch it.
To eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved sleep.
Right, because hey, the whole thing about this is you're gonna be eating the bread of sorrow, because the money of America is gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing but sorrow, because now your money don't stretch that far. When hyperinflation come, you're gonna eat the bread of sorrow. You're gonna be it's gonna cost a day's wages to eat just to eat a slice of bread, or just to eat one meal. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I used to take me and my lady out. We both eat. It'd be like $30. You damn near pay $30 for yourself. Yeah. So can you imagine what's going to happen? You're going to eat your bread with sorrow, man. So you rose up early. Some more on that, right?
It says, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved sleep.
Hey, see, that's the elect. The elect, see why everybody's going to be going through all these torments and scared, and then the elect, hey, his beloved, hey, we're gonna be sleeping good. Lord willing, and we that number, we'll be sleeping good. The Lord said he's giving his beloved sweet sleep, man.
That's wisdom and knowledge.
The stability of thy times, right? Good. You got that one?
Proverbs
24? Yeah, come. Yeah.
Let me get that darkness real quick.
Yeah, come. Yeah.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse 21. It says, and the Lord YAHAWAH Hashem Yahushai said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
Right, that's going to happen to America.
Right.
America is spiritual Egypt, so darkness is going to come upon you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and you're going to know it, man. You're going to know that there's a God, right? You can refuse him today, but you're going to know that there's a God, right?
Jake's going to have no Goshen in this time.
Right.
See, then in Egypt we had Goshen, where the plagues and all the other things that were affecting Egypt wasn't happening.
Right. It says,
In this time, no, that's going to be non-existent.
And Goshen, and they said, like when you go into scriptures, it said Goshen was the most fertile land too.
Yeah.
So it was plenty of food, everything you could eat. So when now all that thing was happening, it was happening to them and not to Israel. So but that's going to be the elect this time. Right. So it's going to happen to everybody else, but not the elect, right? You're going to have what? Sleep. My beloved shall have sleep. While all the rest of you are sweating bullets. What Smokey say on Friday? I was in Depot's bird cage, sweating like a slave. That's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be walking around sweating like a slave, scared. You know what I mean?
yes, a little bit more. It says, even darkness which may be felt.
Woo.
Like you said,
Hey.
you know, like this is the other version, you can touch it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Darkness that can be felt.
That's gonna be like heavy upon you, man. You're gonna be like, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be afraid. You're gonna know, like I say, avoidable hell. Inevitable hell. You can't avoid it. Yeah, inevitable hell. So yeah, you're gonna be able to touch it. You're gonna know what's going on. You're gonna know that there's a God, man. Right? But
You're going to know it's a God that's bringing that destruction. It's not going to be a confusion to you.
Okay. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 24. And it reads, when thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid.
Right.
Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet.
right, see, that's for the elect, man. While everybody else, hey, it says their sleep was intolerable. Intolerable means it wasn't impossible. It wasn't possible for them to sleep. Right? They were going through so much torment in hell that it was impossible to sleep, and that's the thing that's going to come. Right? When the Lord says to be as one that sell not and to flee as one that's going to have lost. Right? What does that mean, man? You're gonna have to leave this whole world and everything. Even Esau's telling you to leave the world behind, right?
They gave you a movie.
They gave you the movie, right? On the left-hand side, leave the world behind, right? So even whether you're on the left hand or the right hand, you're gonna have to leave this world as we know it behind, man. Because you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be, because they're already doing it, right? Because they're talking about how the only way you can buy stock or land is you have to be in this virtual reality place, and you could buy land, you could build a house, all this shit in this virtual reality place, and even they're trying to make the famous people like promote it and saying that they're getting into it, and then I guess this actually builds up where you actually can build real money. So in this virtual reality thing, you could buy houses and land, and you could sell it like a realtor. You could sell your certain parts of your land, and it's actually real money, and people are actually doing this. So when they
do in Japan in a little cube.
So,
You know what I mean?
so they're saying that you will own nothing and you'll be happy. Well, that's the only way you're gonna own something and not be happy, because they're gonna give you the illusion that you own something through this virtual reality. Through what's the thing Mark Zuckerberg did? What's it called? Facebook now called? Meta, the metaverse. Yeah,
Metaverse.
yeah. They're gonna have you living in the metaverse, man. Right? Having virtual sex, like
It's safer.
Keep going up.
yeah.
No unwanted pregnancy.
Proverbs 3:25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh.
Hey, because what's gonna come? Sudden fear. Right? What's coming? And the Lord said, "Be not afraid." Why? Because we're hoping to not be of that number that's gonna be fallen by the sword out here, fallen by the plagues and the pestilence and the sickness and the disease. We're hoping that we're going to be the one that's following YAHAWAH, and He got the angels encamped around us, right? The angels shall encamp around them that want fear the Lord. So hopefully our fear and our faith is enough to get us through, man. But
This is Isaiah 33, verse 14. It says, the sinners of Zion are afraid. It says, fearfulness and surprise the hypocrites.
right,
You go into that word hypocrites, it's unbelievers.
unbelievers, yeah.
It says, who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? And part of that fire is not just that destruction, but like the plagues, everything that's going to be coming upon the world, man.
Right.
And it says, he that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, says that shaketh the hands from holding the bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing the blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil.
Oh, that's good.
It says, he shall dwell on high, his place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks, bread shall be given him, his water shall be sure.
Woo! Hey, dealing with the elect, man. But, hey, we should, the Lord said, my elect shall eat.
Right.
Right?
What's the other one said? My election eat or something, and the heathen can say nothing. Where's that at? It's yeah, that's in there. I think it's second address. No, the heathen shall not say nothing. Yeah, I got it. This is second address 2, verse 27. It says, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. It says, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. See? Listen, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. I mean, they're not going to see the destruction, and the plagues, and the things that are getting ready to come upon the earth, man. They're going to have that hedge of protection. Okay, Lord's will, and we'll be amongst that number.
I got one. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 27. He says, and thus shall have goats and milk enough for thy food. Yeah. Right? Hey, we're going to have goats and milk and enough for our food.
All right, cool.
You can't call
You can't call there, you can't, brother.
I just said.
Oh, that's right. I didn't say
It's
Close enough.
close.
Hey, we're doing a lesson. We're doing a lesson.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 27, and thus shall have goats and milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance of thy maids. Right? Right? So the maintenance of thy maids, and maids goes into what your women. Because it's what it tells you that what 7 women should take hold of 1 man. So you're gonna have enough for your household and your maid and your women that's with you. So you're gonna have enough to feed them, everything, man.
Right.
So while everybody's running scared and hiding, all these different things, what you're gonna have enough, more than enough. You're gonna be in abundance as far as YAHAWAH Bashem Yahushai is concerned, man. Right?
About 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So these are the things that we're looking forward to, man. Right? Right? As it says Isaiah chapter 42, verse 1, behold my servants whom I uphold, my elect. Hey, the Lord is upholding his servants, man. Ultimately and foremost, man. What? My elect. That's not talking about all of Israel, right? Because these people got this we are the world simplex, complex, right? But the world that the Lord is speaking of is Israel, and then he's not even speaking of all that world. That world that he's speaking of is what it says, an organized government. And under the elect, it's going to be an organized government. When you're dealing with Yahawashi, King David, the 144,000, you're going to have all these different things, which is raising up a government, man. And we're gonna put forth the laws, statutes, and commandments throughout the world, man. It ain't going to be a Moabite eating roaches or rats or dogs ever again. You ain't going to have moles working with that's what's unseemly, man. Right? Right? Teaching your kids wearing a mini skirt with his joints hanging out from a pair of panties. Right?
RuPaul and his
Right, yeah.
Out of here.
Right. It will never be that again, right? So it says, whom my soul delighteth, I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment. What? See? So bring forth judgment to the Gentiles, right? First and foremost, that's to you Israelites, and then to what? You natural Gentiles, man. Right? Because the Lord is an equal opportunist as far as being destroyed, right? But he's not an equal opportunist as far as what election, because what? It's already chosen, man. But the elect, it has to be spoken, man. How can they hear unless they have a teacher, man? Right? So we have to be out here to teach, to tell you so-called Black, Hispanic, and then Indians that you're the Israelites, man. And the Lord has a recompense for what? For the white man putting us into slavery, man. Right? It's gonna happen, man. You could join hand in hand, you can hold the white man's hand, and it's not gonna stop the Most High from punishing this guy, man. Or you. Right? You could do that. What's that shit when they were doing back in the day? They would stand in front of the fucking thing on home arm line. We're not moving. Hell no, we won't go. You can do that all you want. Hey, but the Lord is gonna equally destroy. Hey, the Lord said from one end of the earth to the other. Dead bodies, man. Right? Everybody, Jake's always talking about, I got bodies, nigga. I got bodies. Hey, nobody's gonna have more bodies than the Most High, man. Right? The Most High gonna show you how to catch a body, right?
He already has it.
Yeah. I mean, the Most High's already done it. Yeah, but
the blood alone.
Yeah, I know. But hey, they gotta be refreshed. You know what I mean?
8 souls walked away from that.
Right? This is he shall not cry nor lift up nor cause his voice to be heard in the streets. See, and it's going to come a time that what? We're not going to be out here in the streets, man. We're not going to be in the street. The Lord is not going to call anymore, right? We set out here for judgment. We set out here to, who are you to judge me? Well, we're not here to judge you.
What did
Matter
Tupac say?
of fact, hey,
Oh my
can you
God,
get that? Who do not believe is condemned already? Right? Because that's ultimately, it's not us that's judging you. We're speaking to you about the scriptures, but he who do not believe is condemned already. So according to the scriptures, right, you're already judged. Right? It says, a bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench. Hey, because America, hey, it's gonna be burning, and the Lord ain't gonna quench this fire, right? He shall bring forth judgment into truth. Hey, you're gonna bring forth judgment into truth. So you're gonna know what it is. You're gonna know that this is truth, right? He shall not fail nor be discouraged till he have set judgment in the earth. See? And we're gonna go around the whole world putting you all you nations in subjection, man. Right? We're gonna put forth judgment, man. YAHAWAH Shai is gonna rule, but first you Jakes are gonna be out there running scared and can't sleep. You have sleep deprivation and what is it? Even starvation. They say after you starve a while, your brain starts being like cloudy. They say your brain shrinks. You're gonna be bugged out, man.
Right. And what does the scripture say? Judgment is going to begin at his house with the elders. So,
Well,
Yeah.
those that know there is a
And the isles shall wait for his laws. Thus saith Yahawah, thus saith power, Yahawah, he that createth the heavens and stretched them out, he that spread forth the earth, and that which came out of it, he that gaveth breath unto the people, which dealing with the knowledge, right? He gave us the knowledge, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is the breath, right? Because it wasn't until the Lord gave Adam the understanding of everything is when he had the breath in him, right? Because he was a created being before that. But it's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that gives you that breath, man. Right? Like the elders said right here, wisdom and knowledge should be the what? The stability of our times, man. And that's what we're hoping for, man. It says, he that gaveth breath unto the people upon it, and the spirit to them that walketh therein. Hey, man, see? The spirit, man, because you got to move in this, what? In spirit and in truth, man.
But he said,
and I'm just old. I'm no elder.
this is 2nd Ezra chapter 3 verse 5, and gave us the body into Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
Yeah, that's getting the law, statutes, commandments, understanding, because people think the law, statutes, commandments was when they went to Mount Sinai. No, that was way before that. Because think to yourself, how did Joseph know to run from Potiphar's wife? Because he had the law, statutes, commandments. Yeah, he knew about that. He knew. Yeah, he was taught. He knew. You cannot lay down with another man. He even told him. He even told the lady. He said, Potiphar gave me all the power of his house, but he never said anything about giving me power over you.
Right, I cannot sin against the Lord.
I can't sin against the Lord. So he knew that was sin.
Another nation's
Wife, right.
Hey, that should tell you, hey.
Hey, you can't tell Jacob that, because Jacob do it to his
No.
own. He do it to his own people, his own brother.
Twice.
Right. Which they saying it's a record number of Jakes committing all sorts of sins these days.
Oh, yeah.
They said
Back
Jakes is having sex with their daughters, getting their daughters pregnant, having sex with the mom, the daughter and the mother, the mom and stuff. All the scriptures, all the things that the scriptures say that you're not supposed to do. These are the things that's happening, which let you know that this is going to be like the days of Noah, man.
I heard a story
These are the
about
days of Noah, man. All over again. That's why this place has to be destroyed, man.
I'm like, how do you, the Jake, his girl, and his mom, how do you how do you? It just means destruction.
Right.
You know what I mean? It makes you want to take a spiritual javelin, a real javelin, like the brother back on you know what I mean?
Oh, the
Just run
Levite,
them through.
yeah.
Run them
Say,
through.
man, the Spirit of the Lord came on them and jabbed them through
Right through,
together,
yeah.
right through together,
Through the
yeah,
belly,
right,
yeah.
right through the tent.
Book of Judges, huh? What is that?
Yeah, I got a quick precept. Hosea 4 verse 1, it says, hear the word of the Lord, YAHAWAH Hashem Yahushai, you children of Israel. For the Lord YAHAWAH Hashem Yahushai had the controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the power in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
Right, and that's what Jake is doing. That's America all day, man. Blood touches blood, man.
Why this place is disease infested.
Right?
Yeah, all that nasty
Semen
stuff.
on semen. You kissed her in the mouth. Dude just got done with her mouth. Yeah.
Hey brother, yeah, grab a couple more and then we'll close it out. So we grab something to close out with.
One more the money one, so that's
Okay.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah. 446. You want that John and 3 and 18?
yeah.
I'll bring it out while you looking for whatever.
Start at 17.
You want me to start at 16?
Yeah, you might as well. Might as well.
This is John 3 and verse 17, and it reads, for God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High.
Right, yeah. So you're condemned already. So you don't want to believe in this. This is what we're out here to teach you, right? The Lord said your teacher shall be seen, right? Your eyes shouldn't. Yeah, your teacher should not be removed into a corner anymore. So everywhere in America, everywhere in the world, the YouTube, the things that even the news, even though they're saying the black identity or black Hebrew Israelites, or they got Kanye or whoever and try to make them look crazy, it don't matter. The thing that it was pushed, right? So now you know it exists, and inquire, what they say, inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, you should want to know. Oh, what?
We got one more.
No, that's good. Let's go.
Anybody got something for that one?
Yeah.
Oh, when I always go through unless somebody else has
Right,
something.
no,
You got it. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, and it reads, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
there it is. So, all that.
You
want to give away? Hey, we'll go and praise to
YAHAWAH Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakapadash.
Yeah. Double honor to the apostles, elders, the bishops, right? The brothers in the four winds, preaching the truth with sincerity, risking lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Right? You Israelite foreigners, your phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through the father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. You sisters, you Akhwathim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence and above all.
Above all. Shalom.
Shalom.